Alright, we mostly covered this, but Themis and Udi spend their day going off with a woman that they just met named Avernica. She is she is older, with a tasseled blindfold, stained lips, and just pretty unassuming robes and such. Prior to that, a woman came into the bar with a burst of cold air. Strange, considering that you were underground. You decided to shoot his shot and got shot down. But learned a little bit of information that's helpful in that this strange woman knew who Themis was. At the very least, possibly knew who the rest of you were. Escorting Avernica to her friend's house, Themis and Udi met absolutely nothing of interest until they reached the House of Myth, who, in the middle of receiving something of a distress call, has needed to jet off by means magical to rescue a friend, a different friend, I should say. And in her haste and split-mindedness, I suppose, or her mind being pulled in many directions, she hastily offered two people 10,000 gold to watch over Avernica for a week-ish, give or take. Eolram and Ragam chose to follow this strange, cold-aired woman around, as she, in turn, followed Udi and Themis. And that is where we will pick up at, with Eolram and Ragam watching far off in the distance as Themis and Udi enter a relatively standard-looking dwarven house. 2 stories. It's well lit and has an awning of sorts in front of it. You see your party members enter. Mirielle, your quarry, takes note of it and begins to approach the house itself before stopping really quite suddenly and abruptly, and it, at that point, immediately makes a 90-degree turn and begins heading in a way that's almost directly opposite of the house that your party members went into. I assume you're going to follow her, like you said?
Yes.
Okay. Eolram and Ragam follow at what they presume to be a safe distance as they watch this suddenly brisk walking woman walk away, and I will roll for this. Alright, let's do this one. She does check over her shoulder, mostly at the house, but we'll see if she sees you. Do me a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy. That's a survive. Alright, so she notices you. And Ragam, who are perhaps not keeping as much distance as you would have liked. She looks over back at the building and side-eyes you. And then she breaks into a run. Are you going to try and keep up?
No.
Okay. Following your lead, Ralgam does not follow either. And you watch as she disappears, not down an alley per se, but does make a turn at an intersection and out of your sight.
Oh, what I'm saying is that this one's in the 18th.
What would you like to do now?
Am I able to just go into the building with Themis and Yudi?
The door is closed. You can certainly try and open it.
Is it a house, or does it seem more of a public area that there's going to be more than just them in it?
It is a freestanding, relatively simple looking dwarven home. It does not look particularly. It looks kind of like a lawyer's office, where it's professional enough that you think business could be done here, but it also has a homely affectation to it. Like maybe if somebody worked and lived out of the same building, is probably what I would describe it as. It's 2 stories. It's pretty wide, maybe a little bit over 100 feet on the front, on the facing. There's no signage that would make it look like it was a business. There's no barrels or stalls or anything else in front of it. There's just an awning, which is unique around here. Ralgam can certainly tell you that, since there's no weather, there's no reason to have an awning.
So then, can I just knock on the door and see if someone answers?
Sure. You approach, you knock on the door. You hear a little bit of the echo on the inside of the door. A moment passes, and a human youth opens the door just a small bit, enough for him to get a shoulder through. May I help you?
I need to talk to Themis and Yudi, please.
Okay. What makes you think?
Abrupt.
Yes. This is very much James. What makes you think they're here?
Because I am involved in their company and followed close behind them.
Then why are you not with them when they came to our door?
Because my companion and I were following a woman that walked in and was acting very suspicious, and left as soon as they did.
A woman that walked in here?
No, she was at the bar where we were when the lady that was with them came and brought them to this home, and we followed close behind.
I am suspicious of this, but I will make an inquiry for you. Are you be so kind as to wait outside?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So accommodating.
Yes, abrupt yet accommodating. It's an odd mixture.
You can know what you want, but still be polite about it.
That's not true.
Yes, I know all about that.
Shut up, bitch.
Bless your heart that you clearly wear on your sleeve. So,
Yeah, that's about fair.
so you are waiting outside. In the time it takes to do that, we'll say that Themis and Yudi are coming downstairs, so that I don't have to retcon your conversation at all. And you see the dark blue tunicked youth that had entered the door for you to begin with. That had opened the door to you to begin with. You are on your way out, yes?
Again, fellow human. Or goodbye this time, I guess.
Yes, well, there's someone at the door who claims that he knows you. I am suspicious that he does not, but I did say that I would
What
make
did he look
inquiries.
like?
He gives a...
Did he give a name?
He did not give a name, actually, but he describes him, and in particular the longboat necklace that you know Eolram uses, or wears, rather.
Yes,
Yes.
we're aware of his eccentricities.
So you,
Apologies for the anxiety that he must have caused you, simply appearing at your door.
Sure. Let's pretend I was anxious. So you do know him. I trust that there's a seemed to be a dwarf standing a little bit farther back. Do you know him as well?
Malachi. No, never met that.
Oh, let's not. And say we didn't. How about that?
Come on.
Was he wearing a bear as a cloak, by any chance?
Yes, he was.
Yes, then we know him.
Since you are on your way out, I won't even bother to let them in. And safe journeys.
And to you.
And the entire way out, Yudi will just constantly wave at the human.
He'll give like a really short wave before turning around and starting to operate what almost looks like a wheel to a ship that's over in the corner of the room. So you all exit and meet up with Ragam and Eolram. So, James.
And
Eolram!
Now
would be the time to
surprise!
I seriously have to prompt you every single time.
What are you doing here? Were you following us? You were,
No,
weren't you?
Themis, do you remember the... Oh, sorry, not Themis. Yudi, do you remember the woman that came in that brought the cold air with her that you went and talked to at the bar?
Ah, Center. How could I forget?
After you guys left the bar with your newly acquaintance, she followed close behind, and Ragam and I were very suspicious of her actions and followed close behind her. As soon as you guys went into the house, she turned around and noticed me and abruptly ran off. And
I'm just gonna watch Themis' reaction to this.
Themis is reloading his page because apparently it's not responding. So give him a second. But he's going to roll something or other.
Okay, that's good.
Either going to be insider perception or intelligence or something like that.
Yes, the something or other check.
Yes, the something or other. You've rolled a something or other check in your life somewhere.
Not yet. I have yet to roll a something or other check.
Yes, well, it's only a matter of time, really.
Veronica looks around. Where exactly did she go?
She ran down the road further, in the opposite direction of whence we came.
Did she make a left or a right?
She made a right.
Ooh, that's correct. Holy crap. Okay.
Pay attention.
I'm pretty. Did I actually say? I swear to the gods. I know that I said it right.
I'm not entirely clear on last session, but I believe that Mirielle Cunobellis, something like that. What? Cunobellinus. Was that it?
Wow. Cunobellinus, first of all. And second of all, you
Cunobellinus is close enough.
No, Culo Bellinus sounds like you're trying to say Cunnilingus and the cloud at the same time. This is not working out for you, my guy.
Screw you. Screw you.
Just roll something other check, it might come through.
And the players, and the characters only know that one is Cinder.
So, yeah, she was in glamour when she walked into the bar, right?
Maybe. Probably.
No, I just don't remember last session.
You were definitely occupied with your book, very much so, and did not notice. So it would be a stretch to say that you noticed she was in glamour.
But even when, what's his face, walked up to the bar,
Rudy?
Yes, when you walked up, yes.
I did not notice her at all.
You seem to be very focused on your book. From what I remember, not putting words in your mouth, but from what I remember, last week you said that you were very focused on your book and you were not interested in looking up or anything.
True. Okay. Yeah, that's in character. Fair enough.
I posted the recording yesterday.
I guess I will. How am I gonna do this?
And then I think then Eolram wanted to listen to the conversation, and I made him come up with a reason why, and he couldn't.
I do recall that.
Yes. And if she went to rise, it seems rather likely that she may circle around. I would suggest that we get off the streets.
Well, the history is not gonna work. Okay, never mind. Themis doesn't have an objection here.
Pigs. They won't let me have pigs in our house. City.
Alright. So with that suggestion, you'll all head back to the Gutbuster? Or is there something else that you want to do?
I don't have anything that I need to do.
I may need to pick up daggers.
Well, where's Kato?
Bro, she had a bag full of them and I needed them, but she just fucking disappeared.
She had like a Santa Claus sack of them, just fucking full.
Oh.
You could have made a whole new Game of Thrones throne.
Bro.
So you out of daggers even, not even long swords. Alright, so you want to stop and get some daggers. That'll be easy enough to do on the way back. This is a dwarven city after all. How many do you want? Do you care about quality? Anything in particular that you're looking for, or just daggers?
Well, they have to fit inside of the cylinders, graduated cylinders.
Okay. Alright, that's easy enough to do.
It could even be like needles. I don't really care. It just has to be like a pointy object
like
that
a
I can
stiletto?
stab with. Yeah, that works.
Stilettos might be just a slightly bit more rare in a dwarven society, at least. Would dirk? A dirk would work fine too.
You
That would be very
want
dwarven. Alright, let me look up how much a dagger is.
Holy shit, a dirk would work so well.
Okay, you can get dirks. That is nothing. That ain't nothing. They'll make those by the thousands. Alright, dagger says it's 2 gold a piece, but I'll make it 1 gold, so it's 10 gold for 10 dirks. Or 10 gold for, 1 gold a pop.
Beautiful.
Since you want a very popular item.
Dwarven dirk.
Alright. So you stop off at any old market stall, pick up 10 dirks that Yudi presumably spends the rest of the walk back trying to fit into his graduated cylinders that he just has.
Oh.
Raugam declares that he's going to go off and try and meet up with the Shadow Knights and give them and coordinate with them on what he needs to do. And turns up his cloak and scurries off. Says he'll be back as soon as possible. So the four of you left. We'll head back to the Gutbuster. On the way, that's probably after the daggers. Overn and Co. will look over to the three of you. Since we are saddled with each other for a while, perhaps we should share our respective situations to know what to expect. It is in everything unsaid that is where tragedy lies. It would be an excellent thing to prevent it.
Oh, let's start with the most interesting story, and I will pat Themis on the back.
Why was my story voted most interesting? I'm terribly confused.
Oh, I mean, as Eolram and I are just two completely normal humans.
I can see it. Hedgehogs are hardcore.
I'm, as you know, Themis Malorian, at your service. I'm not from this plane, as it were. And I seem to have run into a quite sinister group of individuals who may or may not seek my death. Simple as that, really. There's nothing complicated or interesting about it.
Except that the way that you described it seems like there is many factors into it. So it might not be as simple as you seem.
Themis will just, elbow Eolram really hard in the fucking, ribs.
Are you gonna take that?
Better fucking take that, Eolram.
Alright, do you want to do a strength check to see how hard you hit me? Because that's the real question.
Oh, you want me to do a strength check?
Let's see it.
Is that what's happening right here?
If there's going to be a strength check,
Yes, I'm doing a strength check.
If there's going to be a strength check, there's going to be a point of damage coming here.
Right, so I'll just do a whatchamacallit, unarmed strike then. Well, he's insisting on the strength check, so I'm insisting on the unarmed. Unarmed strength, unarmed strike 5e.
That was not a wise.
No, it
choice on
wasn't.
his part.
But you know what? It might still. Wait.
Right?
Yeah,
It might.
they took out the whole thing. They got just skeletons over there now. Oh.
Oh, you're very
It's
cute.
strength. Gotcha.
Alex, are you looking at pictures of boys?
Yes.
Are any stable boys pop up yet?
No.
Or is that when just everyone's disappeared and gone to bed?
That's when I can't pull up some female pelt.
Oops. The first one is a 12, so it probably doesn't hit you.
Correct. It does not.
So I elbow Eolram in the ribs, and he just doesn't even notice.
Yep. And he's wearing the armor.
Fur
You just
armor.
elbow right into the armor. Just doesn't really do too much. Alright, so they're just after you, and not your companions. That's an important distinction.
Who found him? Yeah, up top.
And what of the other two? Surely plain ordinary humans wouldn't be escorting an Eladrin
Yeah,
around.
there's two of them over there.
A ladron. It's not everybody that is aware of the type of sentient that I am. My people are not exactly the most social of beings.
Under his breath, Beauty will mutter, "I fucking beg to differ."
They are mercurial and what's the other one? Capricious, to be sure, but I get the distinct impression they don't know exactly how much power they have. At least not anymore. So, the other two?
Intriguing. You must tell me more about that sometime when we have time to ourselves, as it were.
Yes, I would prefer to have time to ourselves when recounting my tale. So it would be two birds, one stone. But, for the moment, two humans. Have you ensorcelled them?
That sounds like a lot of effort. One of them I've bound in a vow, and the other one I saved from the Feywilds. But no, I have not ensorcelled them in any kind of charm or some such. Go on. You prompted me to tell my tale first, and now it is your turn.
No, she just said she'd rather wait until you all were alone to tell her side of the story. It doesn't mean no, it just means not walking down a public thoroughfare.
No, I'm talking to
Yes.
Yudi and Eolram.
Yes, that's right, you are. Well?
We'll look at Eolram expectantly.
As Themis said, we encountered each other. Well, first off, I am Eolram. And we encountered each other in the Feywild when, out of nowhere, I found myself there and without company. And before that, I have been traveling looking for purpose, as you so put it. If you would put it in that manner.
I think it matters how you would put it, but okay. I'm just saying.
Because you're usually tossing
The
things
search
down
for
the
purpose can
floor,
often take a lifetime. I certainly hope you find something before then.
With how much encountering we've had with other people in the last few days, it seems as though it could happen rather quickly.
That's a small
We
comfort.
got melted. Yeah, melted so fast.
But not much of a comfort, because if I find it so soon in life, then that purpose might die down.
I very much doubt that any sort of worthwhile purpose would diminish in a quick manner. I speak from experience on that.
Move up. Everyone's
But-
Jack. It's all you, man.
And the last one?
Well, not much to tell. Spent most of my time in libraries when I was further east. I I picked up, well, a bit in Ways of Combat, moving through the desert, and now I'm here.
Same.
Either you don't remember or you don't trust me. Either way, I shall
Can't it be both?
take. She does give you a small smile at that. It certainly could be both. I do not wish to pry, only to prepare, in case we have other altercations beside my own. And you will eventually arrive at the Gutbuster. Let me think here. You haven't really done a whole hell of a lot, so I guess you're not really hungry. So you can pick a room and cram into it in order to hear Avernika's story. Whatever. You just pile into whatever, we'll just say Yudi's room. And Avernika paces about a bit. I am Avernika. I am a cleric of Pluto. And I am on the run, as it were, from my former pupil, who, among others, seeks my death for what they see as a betrayal. I have no doubt that he is tracking me right now. Perhaps the female that was tracking you, or us rather, is part of that. I hope so, and yet I do not. But either way, I have made enemies, and in my old age, I lack the physical means to defeat them. I hope very much to be out of your hair in a week, and I will thank you for any and all efforts that you put forth.
Is it fair to say that the enemies that you have made are somehow connected to the enemies that Themis has made?
I do not know Themis' enemies.
Themis will just kind of glance at your room like, keep this on the fucking DL. Like, try to transmit that through his eyes a little bit. You know, like, face talking?
Face talking, yep.
Like what your parents
Stare
did
at him
when
with
you
your
were
eyes a
kids
little bit wider.
at the dinner table.
Yes. For
Yeah,
sure.
he's trying to do that. Wait, is there Skyrim music in the fucking rhythm bot right now? I'm not dreaming, right? This is Skyrim music.
Sure.
It is.
Sure, okay. Yeah, that sounds right. I just got some dwarven ambiance and just went with it. That's just what I did. So if we are being hunted by someone against me, as well as an unknown female, as well as Themis' enemy, perhaps we may wish to find something a little bit more discreet than a hotel or bar, even.
Well,
Do you have somewhere in mind?
I did,
if you do, that would be
and then she left.
wonderful. But in my experience, hiding in plain sight works well enough. The crowds around these taverns will conceal us just as well as any out-of-the-way safe house would.
Except for the part where one of them already knows that we're here.
Yes, but that's my problem, or our problem, not yours.
That's 1/3 of a problem.
Well, if you have any suggestions, I'm open to hearing them, but finding a safe house would cost me more than I am willing to pay at this
More than
particular junction.
10,000 gold.
Well, I don't have
10,000
the
gold.
10,000 gold at this.
Oh yeah, Eolram doesn't know. Oh shit.
Oh, don't fret about that, Eolram. It's just a turn of phrase, as it were.
So not a legitimate number.
Yes, and a hyperbole, as it is.
Vernica, like,
Exaggeration.
because Vernica looks over this whole group right here for a minute upon hearing that, and gives a slight nod, like she takes the hint.
Will cock his head slightly,
Uh,
but not say anything.
Yes, yes, it is as they say. It is a turn of phrase. So, perhaps we could seek sanctuary at a temple or one of the arcane colleges. I know that dwarves pride themselves on their runic knowledge and could possibly offer us protection in exchange for
Themis will
something.
give a deep sigh.
Ooh, my.
I could probably find us arrangements if you give me a moment, and kind of just start heading down towards the guild house.
Go straight for the guild house again. Okay.
Hey man, like it's a resource you gotta use, you know?
You certainly are double dipping in on that resource too.
Indeed.
I can't wait to see what happens with that.
Definitely going to how bad is it gonna be? Did you guys see a perception check in the chat or no?
No.
No.
Oh. There we go.
Well, there's two all of a sudden.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So, I guess 13 to see if I'm being followed.
Okay. You do not see anyone following you.
Shit. You know when the player knows, but the fucking character doesn't. Oh,
I know that feeling very well. I experienced it last night, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, with Themis abruptly excusing himself to go and tap the one resource that he has consistent access to, yet again,
Indeed.
Vernica is left with the two of you in Yudi's room.
Try to make small talk, mainly about Pluto and what happens after death.
Right. She tells you what pretty much everybody has a general understanding of. There's the three levels of Tartarus and of the Elysian Fields, which is not the same as Elysium, but the Elysian Fields. And you go there, and depending on where you go, you are either subject to hard labor or relaxation or exaltation. Either way, it feels like it's a bit more of a continuation of what kind of happens in the real world. Pre-death, I should say. She does, well... I respect Pluto and have a small amount of sympathy for him, I suppose. He was screwed out of his birthright. And
Eldest brother, if I recall, yes?
He certainly was the eldest brother, yes. As such, he should have had his pick of sky, ground, or underground, and Jupiter somehow convinced him to choose lots, and he chose the underworld. So he just has some measure of solace in the fact that he is also the god of wealth, since all the minerals are his. But it is perhaps not what he wanted. And he has desires to equalize stations. But my pupil chose to delve deeper than I did, and was a bit prodigious and a bit more touched by Pluto than I was.
It can be such a fickle matter, huh?
They are very fickle, and I do sometimes wish that a higher power or something would correct their behavior
Oh,
and focus.
I'm sure you'll get your wish. With that, the grin turns into a fucking toothy smile.
Her facial expression doesn't really change, but you see her stiffen a little bit, like she's not entirely sure how to take that.
It wouldn't be either. I don't blame her.
Hey, perhaps even mortals could do this.
Nonsense. That's ridiculous.
Well, there is merely a metaphysical aspect to overcome, not a small one, but it is a hurdle that should be overcomeable by someone. So,
Real quick,
yes.
does portent work on gods?
We're gonna say no.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I might. Well, we can probably talk about that later. I might be able to be willing to have a diminished effect.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
But maybe at higher level. Maybe just like a -1 or -2 to their rolls instead of actually switching it out.
And I probably won't have access to it until Greater Portent, right?
Yeah. You're not going to be level whatever you are now, changing the rolls of gods.
Level 7 fucks with gods.
I don't think so. But if you did, maybe it would probably be the last thing you ever did. Let's put it that way.
I like that you added probably there, just to give you some hope, you know?
Yeah. It's entirely situational. You might be able to get away with it with certain gods, like maybe Minerva. You might be a little bit sporting about it.
It's McGonagall?
Yes.
Not Minerva?
Athena. Minerva. You know that. I do like the fact that they named her Minerva McGonagall, though. That was a good choice. So, Themis, you're going to, assuming that Eolram doesn't have anything to say, because he rarely does. Okay,
Right.
so, Themis.
Continues to stay
I'm not
silent.
actually gonna go into the guild house.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of reach the doorman, surreptitiously hand him 70 gold,
Oh my.
and say, I need a safe house.
And he looks at you like kind of a slight craziness and confused look on his face. Like, I am I'll not the pro. I will make it happen.
Yeah, and if he's having doubts, I'll just kind of flash my token subtly and give him like the raised eyebrow, wide-eyed look, like get to it, bitch.
Like, get to it, bitch. Shit, son. Alright.
Is that one of those, like, something or other rolls that you have to do too?
Yes, that's one of those indefinable roles that somebody may have to make at some point in this game. When they do
That's to it,
crazy-
bitch roll.
Yeah. Bend over. That's the bend over roll. So, he will. Yes, that one.
Bend
Mr. Dover, to you.
Yes, sir.
He will. Are you gonna wait for him? Presumably.
I'll just kind of just draw up my cloak and sit on the corner of the alleyway.
Okay. It'll be a few minutes. He will come back out and look around and he'll see you and he'll walk briskly over to you. Right. So I managed to pull some strings. I got you this. It's a lower safe house. It's on the east end of town. But it's the best I can do without arousing too much suspicion. I won't ask many questions, but I hope that you will. That I won't regret this.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be duly rewarded when everything is settled.
Sure. Alright, sure. This one is here. Alright, yeah, okay. So, here's the key. It's a quarter turn to the left and then a full turn to the right. 360-degree turn to the right.
I will actually head back to the tavern that I was staying at.
Okay. Make sure you do that right, or you're gonna get a fireball to the face.
What?
What?
Sorry, could I get a repeat of those instructions just so Uni knows if he fucks up?
No. Because Themis can tell you. Themis can tell you, maybe. But otherwise, you're screwed. Okay, so Themis returns after a brief foray and a testing of the waters type conversation. So you return back to Yudi's room. Everyone is still seated there, waiting on you. They look up as you enter.
I will just kind of glance at the people looking at me like, why are you looking at me? And then head towards the table that the peeps are at.
Who's peeps?
Are they not at the
Your-
tavern?
Your party is
We're in
is in Yudi's room. That's-
Never mind then. I will head to the bartender and ask if, and I'll describe my party members
Mhm.
if they've been by this evening.
Oh, I haven't seen them come down ever since they went up there. I assume they're sleeping off something. They had a quite a palaver last night. You were there. You saw. I assume they're
So,
sleeping
they
it off again or something.
They haven't been back. You haven't seen them come by.
I haven't seen them, no.
Well, that's unfortunate. Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
And Dennis will just say, I'll have a... actually,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll hand over 9 gold and get a bottle of rum, hopefully.
Okay. That's easy enough to do. You now have 1 bottle of rum.
And ask for a glass and sit down at a table.
Okay. you find a seat easily enough. Whatever time it is, it's not busy time. So Themis finds himself a seat. The 3 of you are in the room waiting because Themis said he was going to find a safe house.
Yeah, but did they tell me that they were going to Yudi's room?
We were all in Yudi's room.
Yep.
No, I thought we were in the street.
Yeah, but then we had to have a conversation about what Veronica's story was, and she didn't want to do that in public, so we went to my room.
Right, but I didn't go to your room. Somebody else, you guys went to your room.
Oh, did you break off to the
after I
house
left?
before?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ah.
I think they left that charge right.
Okay. All right.
Wait, but you were there when Veronica shared her story.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Huh, guess
And then
not.
I broke off.
Okay. All right. All right. So Themis goes back down. Okay. So you have your discussion. Then eventually you'll come back down, I guess. Figures it makes sense to
they left that big time.
catch Themis whenever he returns. It's a little bit late.
Alright, boys, I gotta.
Later, I should say, after he gets his own seat. But you see Themis sitting with a bottle of something and a glass that he's sipping from.
Walk up.
So, yes.
Hopefully it's a light spiced rum, but you never know.
not in Dwarven lands. It's not going to be lightly spiced. No.
Oh, so dark, heavily spiced. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit thicker than you're used to, too. There you go.
We all know Sinod's very used to thick things.
My ass especially. Hopefully it's just a fist, but it might be something else.
Just? What do you mean just?
Sorry, my bad. Hopefully it's a fist.
That's not making it any better. Alright, so, we are not doing that ever, by the way. So,
No, we're not. Come on, it would be fun. You'd enjoy it.
I would not.
Just a little bit. You would enjoy it just a little bit.
You are incorrect, good sir.
You'd like getting your ass
Get over here, get over here.
No!
Nope.
No!
No? Come on.
I like.
What if I had titties?
it.
Would that work?
No!
Oh.
Aw, you know.
You guys.
I feel like asking Alex if they have titties would make it better isn't going to change his mind whatsoever.
Thank
If
you.
you ask
Thank
me
you.
or failure, it might make a difference, but Alex, nope.
What, fisting is your limit?
It's my hard line. Well, I have a lot of limits, Sinod. You just never bothered to figure them out.
I think
I'm sorry,
tonight
Daddy.
we've all learned about Synod and boundaries, so I don't think this is much of a
I'm not
surprise.
good with boundaries. That's the thing that you should have learned.
Okay, well, this is not some little, like, maybe,
with
maybe
secrets.
not. Let me change my
I don't-
mind
I
when I'm
don't keep
drunk kind of
secrets.
thing. This is a hard line in the sand. It's not going to be crossed over for nothing.
Fuck lines and sand.
Oh, jeez.
And
Let's
I take
do
offense.
lines and then I'll stuff sand up your ass.
That's not
That does
happening
not
either.
sound
Nope.
pleasant. Yeah.
That's,
Is this before or after you do the fisting?
That might result in a stabbing, actually.
A stabbing, he says.
Just
Making it fun and interesting.
Just a light stabbing.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
that's what happened to
I'll be right back.
Chili's character.
I got lightly
Just light
stabbed.
stabbing.
Just
Lightly
light stabbing.
Great. Something you'd find on Craigslist, like
Just like a
the
surface stabbing.
MacBook Air lightly stabbed.
Just give him a little bit in the bicep. Just put it right between the bicep and the tricep. Get a little wiggle. Light stabbing.
Used dog lightly stabbed. No, like
Jeez.
no,
No.
not your thing.
Oddly enough, it's not my
Just a
thing. Yeah.
flesh wound.
Yeah, really. Alright.
I've had worse.
Just a flesh wound. Your arm's
Deep
off.
voice was nice.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
Alright, we'll call it a draw.
You've got no arms left.
You come back here, you yellow bastard! It's ridiculous.
Cut your legs off.
Yeah. Through his, what is that ever? Sugar loaf, sweet loaf helmet, whatever that was called. Anyways. So,
Bucket.
well, it's
Bucket.
called something specific, like loaf helmet. Sugar loaf. Loaf helmet? Yeah, whatever it is. Sugar loaf medieval helmets. There you go. That's what it is. Or a great helm. Whatever. It's not something I would wear if I was going to go fight Saracens in the desert. Oh, I know.
What do you know? No, I'm actually interested. What do you know?
That's a long conversation that will have to be for another time.
So doubts and seriously asks a question about epistemology.
I mean, do you really doubt it, considering how much of an English nerd I am?
Yeah.
Why is he going to be an epistemologist?
Well, epistemology is the study of, like, how we know what we know,
Yes,
right?
I am aware
Right.
of what epistemology is. Thank
But he's
you.
not
for
asking me
bringing
how
that
I know.
point.
He's asking me what I know. He's not asking how I acquired it. He's asking for content.
Right, and epistemology would tell you you don't know anything.
Oh, I don't need him to tell me that. I don't need that.
Mark of the adult, knowing that you know
Yes.
nothing.
Right. So you are all seated at the tavern. Themis is sipping his drink. Veronica will order a hot tea of whatever the dwarves have down here. Maybe some sort of mushroom tea. I don't know, whatever. Seats. And so, aside from protecting me, what is our plan?
Well, while I was out, considering your amount of, shall we say, distress at the idea of staying at a public location, I acquired a more anonymous, or sleeping arrangement, as it were. If you would like to direct yourselves there, and I will join you eventually. It is at our disposal and was quite expensive, so I should hope that you would take advantage of it. And I will slide over the address of the safe house that I have acquired
With the key.
with the key. Yes.
And that's it.
When I do join you, as I have some errands to run, I will knock 4 times and then 3 times so that you know it's me.
Wonderful. Anything else we should know?
No.
Well, if nothing comes to mind, I'm sure there's nothing
Don't-
important.
Are you serious?
You should know not to ask any questions of anybody with interesting tattoos drops by. Doesn't end well for anybody involved, really.
Oh, but Themis, you know my love of knowledge can't be stopped by mere tattoos.
Yes, how about, brandings? Do you enjoy being branded?
Talking in character or out of character? No, sorry. No, of course I don't. Granted, with the specific complexion of my flesh, I doubt it would leave much of a mark.
Branded on the forehead would not leave much of a mark, you say?
Oh, well, I mean, that can't possibly happen. Who would
No,
describe this world of my wonderful face?
It wouldn't, because you will not interact with anybody with interesting tattoos dropping by this location. If they are to drop by this location, which I would hope they would not, as they would probably get themselves in quite a bit of trouble. And Themis will down the rest of his rum.
Bottle, or did you just get a glass?
Both.
Well, I'm pouring the rum into a glass.
Oh.
This is his third?
Oh.
Oh, that is so hot.
Bottle or glass?
Look at those obliques. Oh, God.
Fuck you. All of you. Including Striffy and his fucking, like,
Limitations on being fisted? Really?
Yeah, fuck your limitations on being fisted.
Okay, sweetie. That's nice. So that's all you're gonna tell us, so we'll, Veronica will take it and head on out.
Well, don't let her go alone.
Well, yeah, should probably not head out. She'll probably stand at the door and wait and look back over why no one else is following
He
her.
will already be there.
Okay, alright. Oh, my God. James!
What?
What are you doing?
Going to the safe house.
Thank
with
you. Okay, great. Fine. So, the three people go up to the safe house. You arrive at the address. Might as well just get this over with. Somebody's gonna put the key in and turn it the wrong way.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna put the key in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have counterspell prepared. And I'm gonna.
Why would you? Why would you?
Why would I ever expect to need counterspell here, huh?
No, especially not with a door. You can't fucking see it casting a spell anyways. Alright, he's gonna turn the thing.
The door knob?
He's gonna turn the key in order to unlock the door, but because Themis did not say anything about turning the key the correct way.
Wait, was there a correct way to turn the key?
Oh!
I mentioned when you walked away from that interaction, I was like, "Oh, can you quickly repeat how to turn the key so that I'll like have that in my notes?"
I
And then
am
he was like,
so
"Oh, we'll get it
sorry.
from Themis."
I did not register
that
there was a particular way to turn the key.
About if there was
I
anything else.
am really sorry.
No,
I'm
it's fine,
really
it's fine.
sorry.
I'll-
27 fire damage.
Are you serious? Come on.
Yeah,
Come
okay,
on.
okay, fine. Go ahead and tell us.
I don't remember. I didn't
Yeah.
even register it.
Yeah,
Like, my
that-
brain just decided no.
That's because you're a bitch.
I am a bitch.
It was a
You wanna
quarter.
treat me like a bitch and punish me, Daddy?
I'm thinking about it right now, actually.
Sounds like you need to fist him, Alex.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not a punishment.
At least for him.
Yeah, it'll be punishment for me, yeah. I'll give you that.
It's not.
I'll
He'll just be like, "Oh no, please stop."
Yeah.
Please,
Oh
Daddy.
well, I
It
tried.
hurts so much.
I'll have Cyanide. I'll force Cyanide to take a dog knot up his ass instead of. Okay, maybe not. I'll force Cyanide to be a pedophile. That'll turn.
Oh boy.
So, same thing.
No, I didn't say we didn't.
Oh, one was bestiality, the other was pedophilia. That's not the same thing.
Well, that's not.
Let's just not and say we didn't.
Oh, is that your hard line in the sand? Oh my! Goodness gracious, if only I had known. So, it's a quarter turn to the left and then 360-degree turn to the right. So you share
I
that
just
with the
turned
party.
left.
Really? Really?
You're deliberately messing it up now?
No. Wait, is he? Do I know how to open it now?
The quarter turn to the left and then a 90-degree to the right.
360-degree turn to
I
the
actually
right.
just zoned out when he said that.
I was completely ready to take the damage, but yeah. Let's
Okay.
open it without blowing it up.
27 fire damage.
Oh,
Well, he would have gotten a dex save, and he's resistant anyways. So you probably would have been
Wait,
fine.
you're resistant to fire damage?
He is
Yeah.
now.
Oh dear.
It's in
What have I
roll
done?
point.
What have I done?
I should have made it snowball or something instead of fireball. Well.
that would have fucked me.
Yeah. Alright, so UD turns it the correct way. The door opens. You all walk into a fairly nicely appointed dwarven-style house. There's there will be 2 bedrooms, so somebody can take the sofa, or double up or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But it's otherwise it's pretty nice. It's 2-level, 2-story, I should say. It's built into the wall. You'll spend a little bit of time.
I'm gonna quickly just familiarize myself with the environment before sitting down on the first floor.
Okay. Is there anything that you're specifically want to do?
Yeah, I would like to speak with her about specifically spells like Animate Dead and how she interacts with necromancy.
Okay. Alright, well, that conversation will start. James, is there anything you want to do while they're having that discussion?
Wait patiently for Themis to return. To ask questions about what's going on.
So not springboarding from Bo into a character description here. Okay. So Themis, what do you? You're finishing your drink, and then you are
Alright,
separating.
roll.
Yes.
How am I gonna do this? D10, and if it's an odd number, I'll be paranoid, and if it's an even number, I won't. Wait, why is my keyboard French? Oops.
Well,
Why is my keyboard Afrikaans? What?
The number's the same? Can't you just type it out?
Oh yeah, I spoke a bit
No,
of
but
Afrikaans.
slash is different.
I spoke the little bit of Afrikaans you taught me at work when I was working at Trilogy. So my teammate was
That's funny. So
was
wait,
African, so
odd I'm paranoid, even I'm not.
Okay.
Rolling the dice.
Liz.
I don't know why it's lagging.
Oh my.
Okay, odd. So I am paranoid.
Yep.
So Themis is gonna take a long, winding, like he'll almost get lost himself, before heading to the safe house, and take measures to lose any trails that he might have, and like look over his shoulder. He's like clearly had one too many drinks, and he's like thinks things are hunting him and shit.
Okay. All right. So, what was the point?
oh yeah, if it's true.
So, was the point of doing this separate from the party?
The point was that Themis thought that the Court of Blood and Bone was hunting him down,
Okay. So he's.
and so he figured that the Court of Blood and Bone would not be after, 3 mundanes.
Oh. So this is a display of
probably-
selflessness.
Unmentioned and unglorified selflessness. Yeah.
Because Dennis is essentially just cutting himself off from the herd for the predators. Then.
Indeed.
Okay. All right.
But he will not mention that or
Uh-huh.
say anything
Okay.
about that, because
All right.
that's not Themis.
All right.
Themis is selfish and callous and doesn't care about other people.
Okay. That's fine with me. So, Yudi sits down with Avernica and begins to ask questions about necromancy. Is there anything that you want to lead with, or do you just want to have start with general and whittle it down?
Yeah. Specifically, I'm gonna ask how a cleric with the divinity of Pluto, how that works with necromancy. Because I know of wizards that can be necromantic, but I don't really know how to like break into that world. So I'm kind of curious as to how it works for a cleric.
Break into that world.
Right.
So, it works quite well, would be the short response. Pluto certainly takes the long view of things. A lot of necromancy does not actually involve the soul of the sentient being. Quite often it is a empowerment of an animating spirit. There are higher clerics who can actually summon shades or
You don't actually deal with the person, more just the body.
Vance. That's the other one. Or a shade or a Vance. Yes, at least for those of us who understand the laws of the underworld, returning the soul is that's a bit of an insult. So, providing magic or an animating spirit to a corpse tends to be the way that we go about it. It requires a bit more instruction and direction, but you also don't have to worry about trauma and not having your orders listened to or well received. It is a is a balancing act of sorts, and it requires an understanding of your actions and how they are perceived by Pluto. Of course, there are those who prefer a more scholastic approach to this and don't see any sort of problem with simply temporarily returning the soul to the body. And if you do that enough, that will of course attract the attention of Pluto and whoever else is working for him.
Sounds awfully lonely. Leading empty husks. Well, thank you for the information. And with that, Yudi will pick up his spell book and start writing with a newfound fervor as he theorizes about possible altercations and, well, what this knowledge could do for him.
Okay. So, I guess Themis, do a survival check? Or, Yeah, I can only really consider survival for moving around the city in an erratic, supposed allegedly not random. What's the other one? We'll say random. Random pattern because you're paranoid. And then if you want to, you can do a perception check as well. Arbitrary. That's what it is.
So what's the check that I have to do?
You have to do a survival check because you are going through the city in an attempt to throw off trackers and trailers and all that.
Oh, damn.
My. Alright. So you are paying attention to your surroundings around you. You're noticing people and creatures and all that good stuff. But you say that you almost get lost. But as it turns out, you actually get lost. As you are paranoid to the point of not paying attention to where you're walking. And let's see what happens here. Tvelven? Oh my, okay.
Oh dear.
Alright, so you were going through the city, you're keeping an eye on everything and everybody that's moving, but you are essentially lost, and you get a little tickling under your nose of cold, fresh mountain air. And then you feel a cold, piercing sensation in your back as you take 17 points of cold damage as a pointed icicle looking, well, you don't really see it because it's in your back, as a stabbing, piercing sensation hits your back, along with cold. Along with the sensation
I
of cold.
will immediately just like turn around, draw my swords, and just yell out, "Hello?"
Hello.
No, not hello. Why would I?
This is straight out of Oblivion when you're stealth. And then you shoot somebody in the back of the head, they're like, oh, must have been the wind. Yeah, must have been the wind. He's got like an arrow sticking out of the back of his head. Oh, yeah. Huh, must have been the wind. Boy, I gotta tell you, man, I played a Wood Elf Archer. I had like no hit points that whole game, and I had to go.
Look, man.
Look, man.
Stealth Archer is the best fucking build in Skyrim and Oblivion.
I agree, but I did that. I had to go out and clear out all those caves of vampires. That was some intense fucking shit, man. Like 5 arrows in the back of their heads. I'm like, can you die? Because I would love it if you would just stop taking arrows to the back of the head and kill her.
So, okay, wait. Do you want me to roll initiative, or do I still have some time here?
Well, okay, so why don't you pick out what you're gonna say first?
No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna whirl around and draw my swords.
Okay, alright. Yes, that's fine.
So, initiative?
Yes.
Or do I have some time?
No, you're gonna need to do initiative.
Okay.
Okay. Where are you? Well, she can't possibly get higher than you, so. Alright, let me get your token.
Literally can't get higher than me. Because 1d20 plus 3.
I'm gonna hobble you later.
Oh, come on, Daddy, I like that.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Pretty safe word
I'll
is.
suck your
I
dick.
guarantee you can make it so that you don't like that. A long string of German that I doubt you remember.
I'll suck your dick, Daddy.
I already knew that.
Night
Okay, alright.
was red. I am like, I don't think I've been this drunk in a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know the beers that I usually take and get really drunk on? I've basically had double. Anyways,
Nice.
yes.
Yeah, I'm working on it here.
Please work on me, Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're laughing. I'm not. I was completely serious, Daddy.
I know, little one.
Oh, stuck on something.
Okay, that's me, your rope, Grandma.
We're stuck on something.
552 9644. 552 9644. Oh my god. Alright, what happened to.
Are you creating Mirielle's character sheet?
I just got a notification that suspicious activity's been happened on my Microsoft account, so I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. And no offense, but this is more important.
Indeed. we in a mountain right now?
You are inside.
Or is there open sky above us?
No, you are on a mountain. There's
Okay.
a very high ceiling up there. Very, very high.
Cool.
Alright. That took care of it. Okay, so you turn around and you look straight across, straight ahead rather, as you turn.
Yes.
Okay. You do not see anyone.
Well then, I will take advantage, since I'm not in combat. And,
Debatable.
That feels like an
so I
opinion.
am in combat.
No, Cyanide, I'd just like to have you roll initiative.
So I don't see anybody.
You don't see anyone.
Can I roll perception to see
Sure.
someone?
Go for it.
Alright, let's see how this goes. It's probably
You
not
can
going
probably
to
use
go
your
well.
you can probably use your passive. If you...
It hasn't go- Wait, what is my passive? My passive is 13.
Okay. You whip around. You say hello.
I do not say hello, actually.
Oh, okay.
Lies and deceit.
Well, let's yes. Well, that's just part of the comedy. So you turn, you look, draw the blades, you spin 180, you turn around and look. There's nobody on the street. You immediately just start looking everywhere. To the upper left, on top of a building, you see a wintry-looking fey woman with a bow that just pours frost from it.
Do I recognize her from before or not?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I've used my action to do perception, right?
We'll say that was your passive. We'll say that was your passive perception instead of your actual.
So I still have my action. Interesting.
Yes, that's what I'm getting to. Yes,
And so she's on top of a building?
she is.
How high is the building?
It is just over 2 stories tall.
Just over.
Just over.
Okay.
'Cause she's on
Can
the roof.
you sacrifice an action into a bonus action
No.
by chance? No, you can't.
No, you may not.
You can't do something that would normally be a bonus action as an action.
No, you may not.
Interesting.
That's
Well, that's
dangerous
sad.
precedent.
It is a dangerous
That
precedent,
is a
isn't it?
dangerous precedent to start doing, my man. I gotta tell you.
Hey man, I'm just okay. So how high up are these buildings, by the way? Just asking, out of curiosity.
Let's find out. This will be a little bit over 20 feet. 22, 23 feet.
So so this is 40 feet, correct?
Are you doing distance? What are we doing here? With
Like
the
you see
angle?
the arrow?
Yeah.
You see the arrow?
Yeah.
So that's 40 feet actually,
Yes.
because the buildings are 20 feet up. Okay. I will draw one of my blades against my forearm and d6 4. Give me a second. Doing numbers here.
Whoa.
Themis, you
Nice.
have other options. Don't cut yourself.
Look, man, cutting yourself is the best option.
Stop being so edgy all the time, man. Jeez.
I'm always edgy. Cut one of my blades against my forearm. Which right am I going to do? 1d6. Storm or dawn? Yeah, I'll just do storm instead of dawn. Yeah, okay. So one of my blades will just kind of start sparking, and like almost like liquid lightning will just start kind of flowing off of it, and I will move up to kind of face her. I feel like I recognize you, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. All right, you're moving towards her. She's going to take another shot. Technically two. But... Those are 2 misses.
Yep.
You deftly dodge out of one and swipe at the second one, and at the very least knock it out of the way. It doesn't feel like it shatters, but you're not really paying attention now that it's out of your way. And she's going to move along the lip of the building. There we go. And now it's your turn. She does not say anything to your...
That's 50 feet. Okay, I will take another bonus action to, let's see. R... / R 1d6. Oof, yikes. And I'll just... actually, here, I'll roll...
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. What? I'm just getting terrible rolls this
Oh
game.
my. How embarrassing for you.
A nat 1. Yikes. I'm sure I knew your name. You're... Ah! Why are you hunting me anyway? You're not one of them. Your magic stinks of... Never mind that. 15 feet. Right. I'll still be on the ground here. And I'll... Actually, I haven't taken an action, have I? Can you... No, I don't have the dodge action, do I? I don't.
That would take an action. You could do that with it, sure.
Yeah, I will dodge if I can.
Okay. Sure. You may. I'll allow it.
Thanks, Daddy.
Alright, so... I'm going to continue going. She's going to take 2 more shots at you. We'll do it at disadvantage. So this is 1. That's a miss. 2. Oh, really? Alright. You, this time...
misses.
You are... Yes, I know that. You, are prepared for this next salvo that she fires off at you. It's, you are certainly... Your paranoia has paid off, and you are in the groove as you twist and dodge out of the way of her next 2 arrows. And she's going to continue to move up. Okay, it is now your turn. Oh man, all night. Just 1 fucking grain of rice. Screwed me over.
I will take my movement.
Man, just be Asian. We have immunity to that kind of damage.
Okay. Do you guys have like a bar mitzvah or something that I can do to convert, or how does that work?
I didn't think this far through.
Themis will kind of run, almost like a Naruto run, but like his blades are just kind of covered by his cloak a little bit. His cloak is almost getting singed by the burning brightness and shocking lightning from his that is flowing from his blades. And then, much to her surprise,
Oh, her surprise.
will. I mean, I'm presuming here.
Go for it.
He will just kind of appear next to her.
Oh, fuck.
And are you gonna make me use an action to roll history again, or can I just roll?
You can, you don't have to, that doesn't take an action. You don't have to roll for that.
Yes, I know who you are. Why are you hunting me of all people? What if they paid you to make you so hell-bent on my death? To betray your own people, truly. You're legendary. Why stoop so low?
Stoop so low. Oh my. Okay, you pose your question. You want to do anything else? Well, that's pretty much it. Well, you gotta, I don't know. No, right? You want to do anything else?
No, that's it. I don't have any
Okay.
more. Wait, do I have an action? I don't have an action, do I?
I don't think you've done anything for an action.
Oh, that's true. I will swing then. I will swing.
Damn it. Okay, cool. Take a swing.
So 25 and 27 to hit.
Yeah, those will both hit.
Are 2d6. So that's 13, 21. 21 damage.
21. Okay. Let's look at. There we go. Okay. All right. She. I don't really know why I put a turn order here since it's only two people, but whatever. Shut it. She will disengage with a agile leap backwards and run backwards while taking another shot at you with. Well, let's. She'll take a pair of shots at you. Let's start with that. Or actually, she'll be taking. Actually, hold on. She might be taking 4.
Oh dear.
Yes. Each of your turns until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to make 2 attacks to the weapon that uses ammunition from the quiver. Okay, so yeah, she can take 4 attacks now. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 3 will definitely hit. And one of those will be an ensnaring strike. So you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And I will.
Yikes. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's a negatory. Alright. Let me. Oh no, I have the thing for that. I'm so embarrassed. Just so embarrassed. Alright, so I just have to do this just to get the damage. That's not a roll. 13, 19, 22. and you are restrained as one of the icy arrows that she fires at you hits you, and you watch as from the ground there's just in two sharp motions a whole bunch of icy stalagmites form up around your legs and block you from taking any sort of step forward. She pauses after firing and lowers her bow a little bit. You have... No, that's not how I want to do that. You have pieced off the coat of blood and bone, and you have seen something that you should not have. It is either your head It's either your head or mine.
One of those hits. Wait.
Okay.
The 16 hits, yes. So.
Okay. So, you have been a thorn in this side of the coat of blood and bone. It is either your head or mine.
Wait. That was a 23 to hit?
No, that was not a 23 to hit. That was just so I could click on Winter's bite and get the damage without the first four numbers right above all that, right above your strength save. Those first four were the attacks, and then
So I take 13 plus 19 damage.
there you go.
Yikes. Shit.
You fucked.
Hey, you knew better. That's all I had to say on the matter.
Yeah. No, Themis just falls.
This is what? What?
Yeah. Straight up. 13 plus 19? Yeah. Themis just dies.
Stop. Okay, so he's knocked unconscious for starters. What? What did I do last time?
17 plus 10 plus fucking how much is that? Plus 32? Yeah. Themis is knocked unconscious. For sure. Which is fine. I should have run away, but too drunk for that.
Too drunk. It's bellissimo. Alright. Themis is not even going to have to make any sort of death saves. Okay.
Holy shit, she's ruthless.
Slices the throat.
She did say that it has peed them off.
Alright, so Themis is unconscious. And we'll say for the sake of that, you are stabilized.
Interesting. I guess it'll go to Yudi and Eolram now.
Good guess.
Thank you.
No, we have to sit through and watch you slowly bleed out.
That's how this works.
Stable.
Yeah. It's rough.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, you bitch. Alright. So, Yudi and whatever his name is. I don't remember. What are we doing? You were waiting for Themis to come back. You're gonna be waiting a long time.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll connect the dots.
That would be nice.
You'll have to be the one to connect the dots because Yudi is completely enraptured in his new research.
Okay, so Make a... Give me a wisdom check.
Alright, here we go. Oh, okay.
I landed 2 headshots before the first guy even moved.
Okay, 14. That's not bad. So you're sitting there.
Did it?
You're sitting there waiting for Themis to come back, as you do. And you're waiting, and UD's having a great time. Veronica doesn't seem overly chatty. She's doing a little bit of meditation, something like that. Who knows? But it starts to sink in. You know that somebody was pursuing Themis and UD, for all you know. And UD's here. Themis is all by himself. And everybody knows that somebody was going after him. This was a really stupid idea on Themis's part. He might be in trouble. Well, first off, he should not have done that. And second of all, he might be in trouble.
Maybe. Possibly.
It is taking him a long-ass time.
Okay.
There's a concern growing in your mind.
So, can I go down? Is UD in his room?
I think
No, UD's downstairs in a common area, just riding away.
Okay. And this is still in the safe house, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, Eolram will come down the stairs and approach UD and sit down next to him.
For a moment, I won't even realize you're there before eventually I'll like kind of pick my head up and rest it in my hands as I've hit like a block before realizing that you've come and sat down.
UD, I am
Yep.
sitting up here thinking, waiting for Themis to return, and a growing concern is building that he possibly could be in trouble. For the time that it has taken for him to return and the possibility that people are after him and, for all I know, after you as well.
You are so no frills, man. It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
I really have to explain that to you. It just highlights my point. It's good. It's good that you're being straightforward and very, very plain. It's good. It's a good feature to have.
Well, Themis has always loved to exercise his individual agency. He generally, well, we're generally kept out of the loop of the majority of what he does. But I do share your concern. There is definitely someone hunting him. What do you have in mind? What do you want to do about this?
This one's the homie.
Do you remember when... Well, okay, so, out of character, UD took our blood, and did he take Themis's blood?
Yes.
Do I know that he took Themis's blood?
No.
Or because I was too...
You were high as fuck.
Yeah, that. You were that.
So there's no way that I could bring that up.
You could bring up, you took my blood, did you get anyone else's?
So I remember that he took my blood even though I was high.
Yeah, you kind of helped him do it, if I remember correctly.
You straight up gave me your blood. The Themis was the first one I got, but I did Themis separately from you two.
Okay. So, back in character. Do you remember back when...
It was yesterday, by the way.
We were... Well, yeah. Oh, okay.
So way back before,
Way
the
back
conquest.
Okay, so do you remember yesterday how I gave you my blood?
Yes.
Did you happen to take Themis's blood as well?
Of course. Everyone's safety is very important to me. I got a vial of his blood as well.
One of the attributes of the armor that I wear is that if I place blood of someone that I'm after on it, I can track them and figure out where they are. And I'm wondering if you'd be willing to share the bit of blood that you have to track down Themis, because this seems the simplest way to go about it since we have no idea where he is.
Brilliant.
It would
Proceeds to wipe the dirt off of his shoulders.
just dusts off shoulder, yeah. It would pain me to part with something I hold of such value, but well, the situation has arisen that calls such actions, so and I
How
will
much
produce
blood
a
do you
vial of
have?
Themis's blood. A vial full.
Yeah, you need like
Okay.
a fingerprint smear. It's not. You don't need a lot.
Yeah,
And I will
that's what I was.
begrudgingly, with a very slow reluctance, part with a bit of Themis's blood.
Oh,
Gosh, that sure is nice of you.
So what? Instead of 1 vial of Themis blood, I now have like 0.9 vial.
I'm not gonna quibble over
Or-
that. You can still have a vial.
So you're either going to be tracking Themis or whatever drug I gave you.
You had.
Takes you to the origin of where it was picked.
You had 50 milliliters of his blood. Now you've got 48. Like, who cares? All right. Okay. So you get the
I
blood.
thought you were gonna say. Never mind.
You rub it on his, or whatever. It goes on Eolram's armor. You've felt this before. You've certainly got this track before. It's not it's not like the red mist descends or a path opens up before you. But you feel a tug. You feel a pull in a direction, and that's the initial sensation that you get from putting the blood on. If you want to,
Okay.
whatever you want
So
to do with
can I explain that to Yudi?
Can't scratch the back of my neck, you jerk! Sorry, that really hurt.
Judy will kind of
Just want some attention.
inquisitively. Yeah, I'm just gonna straight up ask you, how long does this effect last?
That doesn't make sense. How do I check that, Alex?
It lasts 24 hours.
Okay, 24 hours.
Right. So
I don't remember what.
here is my recommendation. I say you give me 15 minutes, do a little bit of preparation. Yeah, that's all I'll need, and then we'll go out for a walk. We'll try and find him. On the off chance that he's no longer in this plane, though, I don't think we should get our hopes up.
Is there... I guess that I would have no way of knowing if my armor would pull me in that direction offhand. So,
Across dimensions? No, it's not going to do that. Well, you probably never had the cause to do that, but
yeah,
I'll tell you.
yeah, that's why I was... Does the off chance seem high that he is no longer on this plane?
Well, I mean, an Eladrin being hunted by other Eladrin. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it personally. And, well,
Up there, if you didn't know.
it's not like I'm a gambling man in the first place. With
Well, get along collecting your things so we can be on our way. And when we get back, I require that you explain more of what this Eladrin is and why someone is hunting Themis, if this is the case.
Yuri will just quickly make sure that the ink has dried on his book. Before flipping to another page, and right before starting to ritual cast detect magic, I'm just gonna turn to Eolram and go, oh, and you may want to figure out what we're doing with our +1 before starting to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. So you've got 10 minutes and 6 seconds to figure out what you want to do with Veronica.
Right?
Can she? So she can fight, right?
Yes.
So can we just? Wouldn't it be easiest to protect her to bring her along?
That's.
Oh, I'm just perfectly ritual casting right now, so I can't input on this conversation with you.
He is.
So it's entirely your thought process, my guy.
It is entirely that.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick to bring her with us, since if someone's watching the house, then and watch us leave, then that won't be good.
Okay.
So Eolram will nod to UD and proceed to approach our +1.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other?
Yeah.
Remind me of her name.
Vernica.
Still a Vernica. You come with questions?
Yes. I worry that with the possibility of someone hunting Themis, that his time spent away, especially for the extended amount of time that he has been gone, it is possible that he might be in trouble. And Edie and I have both agreed that it might be a good idea to track him. And yesterday, Themis, UD contracted some of Themis's blood and put it into a vial, and an aspect of my armor is that I can track them, and that is the way that we were going to try and track Themis to make sure that he is safe. And it is my thought that we bring you along, for we can keep a closer eye on you if there will be two of us with you at times, and that if we leave you here and someone is watching us leave, then it is easier for them to threaten you than it would be if we are there. Do you agree?
Yes. I think it's unlikely that somebody knows that we're here, since we ourselves just got here, but I am more than willing to help you in your endeavor, since you are helping me with mine. Why did he go off alone?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Can't or won't?
Can't.
Does it matter?
Well, yes, it definitely does. But
Is it? I honestly don't know why. So,
when do we leave?
UD said that he needed some time to prepare, so less than 5 minutes, I would hope.
Very well. I will gather my things. And she does exactly that, and eventually you are ready to go. So you'll.
So, right after I finish ritual casting,
Yep.
I'm just gonna scream at the top of my lungs. All right, I got 10 minutes. Let's go quick.
Okay.
Just we get there, Themis is dying. Guys, it's like almost 10 minutes. We gotta go.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh no, I can concentrate on this spell for a total of 10 minutes. So if there's anything magical around us, I want it to be a little bit, ready, because the Eladrin are relatively magical, if I recall.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to be able to see that a little bit better. So for the next 10 minutes, I can.
Okay.
Whether that helps us or not, I don't know.
Well, that's gonna probably depend on Eolram then, won't it? So, you head out, and Eolram, go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage. Oh, alright, an 18. You feel the tug, and luckily, this time the tug isn't behind you or anything like that where you're going to have to circle around and find your way around buildings or anything. You're able to just go straight forward. So you do. Do you want to go at regular pace, fast pace? What are we doing? You gonna run? You gonna walk? You gonna power walk?
A pace that is faster than walking but doesn't cause exhaustion.
Okay, it's like speed walking, something like that. Okay.
Just that they look in a hurry and then move on with your day, kind of a deal.
Walk with purpose, yeah. I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's... Alright, so you begin walking. There are plenty of people out and about right now, but you weave through them pretty effortlessly. Your party manages to keep up. You're not trying to hide it or anything. You're just focused. You're not trying to shake them. You're just in the zone, and you watch as Eolram just sets off, almost like he occasionally predicts which way the crowds are going to move, and moves with them quite well. You certainly feel like you're making very good progress. Okay.
I apologize. I was talking to Ben and not listening to whatever you were saying.
Nice! I'm glad to know that you're a consistent fellow.
That's me.
Right. So, you...
I apologize.
In the 10 minutes of walking that you get done before UD's spell ends, you do not see anything of substance. You still feel... I know what that sound is.
Yeah, everybody knows that sound is. Themis is dead, right? If they recuperate him, then just take him to his bed or something. I'll be back.
Okay. Have fun with your lengthy phone call at 12 o'clock.
What's that?
At night. Sign out is having a phone call. Presumably
From whom?
I don't know, but I can guess. So
People, three that could be calling him right now.
definitely people. And it's not me, I don't even have his number. So, in the 10 minutes it takes, you don't encounter anything.
Oh, this image you put in chat right now really worries me, my guy. I'm not gonna lie.
A Chaos Marine of Slanesh? What's the problem?
Oh, okay.
That has nothing to do with D&D, otherwise I would have put it in the D&D channel.
Okay.
Should have put it in the Lamb single channel.
But that's not Lamb
Honestly,
single. There's nothing pornographic about it.
Warhammer
to put it in.
40k isn't why you're single. I can just see.
Why are you guys
No, it is
thinking
not.
through this so hard? It was just supposed to be a weird joke.
Well, I guess we know a thing or two now about making weird jokes, don't we? So, you don't see anything that's coming up. You don't see anything coming up. You do, however, a few minutes after that, see a few doors that are rushing by, and you catch... Eolram at least knows Dwarven. You catch them saying something about how it's suddenly very cold around here. And, what are we doing? What's happening? What's going on? Yeah? Oh, well, you both do. Anyways, so you both hear it.
Oh, I just got scanned.
Do you want to keep going?
So,
Let's just
no,
investigate around the area. Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely investigate around the area. But before we do that, I'm gonna place my hand on my chest, mutter something under my breath while making a symbol with my other hand, and boop myself with this.
I'm in trouble. That's what.
Okay, so you watch as UD does something, and then he goes invisible.
Push over.
You don't see him anymore.
That's right. Trying to not die.
So,
yeah. So there is a slight chill in the air. It's really very minor, and it definitely, let's say, feels like it's on the way out.
what did the day feel like previous to this moment? Like, was it a sunshiny day?
Well, no,
I mean, we're
you're
underground.
You're underground in Twin City.
Oh, okay.
We also have no sense of time down here.
You had a shaky understanding to begin with, and then you all got real fucked up. And then that went away.
Okay.
Oh, is that why we're in the Dwarven Realms? We just, like, as players, we can't deal with actual, like, consistent time, so you just kind of got rid of it.
Well, sort of. I also, back in the Age of Antiquity, they didn't really measure time according to hours. I suppose they had sundials, but even that wasn't so great. So I've been trying to make it a little bit, quote unquote, more realistic by not saying, "Oh, it is 3:27 p.m." Something like that. It's whatever time it is, and that's your day.
You'd have to have, like, railroads before you had, like, consistent time across an area, because until railroads, they didn't really have that.
Right. That's another point. They didn't measure time in terms of hours, and there's certainly not going to be any sundials underneath of a mountain. If you wanted to deal with, like, fine
You never know.
Well, you do, because I just told you. But if you want to deal with, like, fine clockwork stuff, you might be able to convince some gnome to do some cutting-edge tech on that. But I don't think anybody wants to be a horologist here. So...
Oh, an orologist. I heard horologist, and I was like, I mean, I would love that study.
Always looking at the clock.
I could. Is it like a oval clock?
It's like an oval orifice kind of clock, but yes. So anyway, so you feel the chill.
So
Yeah, so you feel the chill. You're still being tugged forward and slightly to your right, but it looks, but there's just houses to your right. It doesn't tell you if he's in the houses or if you gotta maneuver around some shit. So you're gonna have to figure that out on your own. But you're still feeling it.
Is there an alleyway to go, like, around the house?
Oh no.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. The map that we're on is pretty accurate, except for the part there's no river. So there are in fact streets.
What's happening over here?
So there are in fact streets.
Okay, sorry, I'm just.
What are these things?
Let me see. Let me zoom in. Probably just statues. Statues or passerby or something. They're not anything of note unless you want them to be. Who the hell is that?
Squeeze his way into this alley.
Oh, you changed your icon. I didn't even see that.
Yep.
Good for you.
If they're like statues or something, I'm gonna try and maybe climb up this one over here.
Well, those are steps.
Yeah,
Right above you. Or right north. Oh,
Yay!
there you go. That'll lead you into a building. I'll say that there's
Oh.
also steps that lead to the ceiling if you'd like. You want to go to the
Would be convenient.
the
wouldn't
roof,
it?
rather? Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
sure, you can go to the roof. You head up to the roof. This roof is.
Would have did my teleport thing to the roof, but don't have it prepared.
Right. You head up to the roof. This is more of a storage area on this roof. There's quite a few barrels and crates and all sorts of stuff. Taking a look around the city, you don't see anything that would.
I'm gonna more or less just follow Eolram, but from the roofs. I'm gonna try and like use the vantage point of verticality to try and maybe help find someone.
Okay. So
The gym.
So if you're looking at the map, that means that am I looking north or which way am I looking?
It is this north is up and south is down.
Okay, so then which way is Joram looking?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the character.
Okay, so if I look west, does it feel like Themis is in front of me?
Well, all right. So I'll let you in on this, even though I probably shouldn't. You can see where they are, right? James.
Because they're all the way over by where like the river is on the map, but the river isn't there.
Right. So you can see where they are. So that's where you're being pulled towards. So that's where you're being pulled towards.
Okay,
It
so
goes through buildings. It
so
doesn't. The armor doesn't tell you if he's in the building. It's just the shortest distance between 2 points.
okay.
So if you want to run around a building and follow the tugging sensation, if you want to just burst into the building and say hand him over, that's totally up to you. However you want to handle it.
Okay, so
Yeah, he's not in the squad. Are you in our squad? I'm serious.
let's go around the house to
Well,
west, where the like roundabout area is, the intersection, and see how it pulls me then.
Well,
all right. So you head off in this direction.
because I'm already connecting the lobby.
Yudi went invisible, and then he went behind you where you're not looking, and then he looked up the. So you can see Eolram briskly walking down the middle of the street.
You guys.
Oh shit! I need to include.
How does the jump thing work?
It's 1d6 per 10 foot fall.
All for it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. No, that's how fall damage works. But like, how far can I jump? Like, what's my long jump on UD?
which means
I
that I'm gonna have to
think it's something to do with strength. Maybe I think you have to make an athletics. I think it is. Let me find out.
Oh, okay. Strength is my worst stat, I'm pretty sure. So this will be interesting.
So, problem the width and the depth. Yeah. So I mean, I could get another fridge for my view.
Strength determines how far you can jump.
Yeah, I did. But
You can take a long
I
jump,
have two fridges.
cover a number of
$10
feet
a month from the electricity.
up to where is that?
Yeah,
You make us
it's worth it.
you move at least 10 feet.
All fridge works first.
Either way, each foot you clear costs a
Come summertime, I'm gonna be brewing my own beer, so definitely gonna have room for beer.
The things that I hear.
That's why summertime.
Mhm.
You must succeed.
And pizza is what I want. And you know,
Strength determines how far you can jump. Make a long jump.
I don't know.
Alright, I guess I'm looking it up properly now here. Hij.
Daisy, if you want to try to do a mead,
Oh, really?
we have you. So that's how they kept their slaves fed. Yeah, no, like they actually did. They brewed a very low alcoholic beer, so like it wasn't very potent, but it had all the carbohydrates, it had the sugars, it had all the stuff they needed, minus proteins. And they just feed them some meat every once in a while. You're like, yeah, you're good.
You cover a number of when you make a long jump. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
So with a strength of 9,
When you make
I can't make that jump.
in between the two buildings. Oh my goodness!
Yeah. I can't like Assassin's Creed my way up.
Hey, you probably should not try.
No, if you were to properly Assassin's Creed, you run up to the wall, you try and climb up it, but just jump behind you.
Ah.
Yeah. You can probably.
So with a strength of 9, you might do that.
You can make the jump and then try and catch yourself on the side of the building, and then climb up Assassin's
Oh, okay, so like
Creed style.
fall a little bit and then try and like
It's gonna happen.
not
The fall's gonna
fall
happen.
20 feet?
And then maybe not.
Oh,
fall 20
okay.
feet.
Maybe not splat myself.
Maybe,
Yeah, fuck it, I'll take it.
Maybe not.
I'll try and make the wrong jump.
I'll make it it'll be a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself.
Thank you.
Or, I think it's a saving throw. I just saw it. Dexterity, it's a check, so not a saving throw, but a check.
Okay.
Okay.
So just dex? I mean, they're the same. I don't have proficiency with dex saves.
Right. So, yes. So,
Lucky.
my. How unfortunate for you. Okay. Lucky it up, buddy boy.
-1 lucky. Not splatting on the floor, trying to Assassin's Creed. Okay. Once more, onto the breach. Guess where my last point of lucky today is going. Unlucky. Same thing as above. No more lucky. I really hope I don't roll like dog shit now.
Yeah,
Natural 20.
Jeez. Of course.
Don't you just love the lucky feat?
I'm about to take it out of the game, actually.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So, you make the leap, you fall, which you mentally prepared yourself for a little bit, I suppose, and catch an overhang of sorts, and use that momentum from your fall to swing yourself onto the side of the building, but up from where you had been. So right now you're holding on to the lip of the roof of the building. Yes?
I'm gonna very carefully try and pull myself up.
Okay. Okay. I will say that you can do that easily enough since you've got stonework and scrolling and whatnot to give your foot purchase. So I won't make you roll for that. Although I should, because you don't have any more luck.
We'll have 2 royal support.
Just gonna blow all your spells before you even get in combat. That's very absent-minded savant behavior.
That's when he'll just sit on a building.
Yeah. He'll just sit on the. Yeah, he will. Just his feet dangling, like, go get him, Eolram!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Last minute coming to save the day.
Yes. As he realizes, alright, I have cantrips. Let me just do that. Alright, so Eolram is being followed by Vernica. That's gonna be all you move. Alright, so Eolram's being followed by Vernica. The tugging is still there, and it seems to be It's not in any of the houses that you passed. It seems to be it's either in this last house that's on the corner, or it's past it at this point.
Okay, so let's go all the way down to where we are standing in the center of the intersection.
Okay.
To see if it'll go and then look up, like look north.
Okay. You see some dwarven citizenry as well as some other assorted various races. They look like they've. What's your passive? I'll look at it.
Passive perception is 10.
They look like they've maybe kind of just made a hole, as in like something came by, like maybe a carriage or a wagon or something like that, and they stepped off to the side of the road. The sense that not the scent, the sensation of cold is slightly stronger, regardless of what you see. You certainly feel like it's gotten a little bit stronger, but it's still fading. It's just more recent.
Okay, so do I still have movement that I can continue up north up the road?
I don't know, George. If you're gonna take the dash as your action, then yes, you will. But that's gonna involve full on running, not the.
Are these stairs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me I could have not burned 2 points of lucky there? Oh, god damn it! Oh well, choices have been made.
Oh, maybe they're not people. Maybe they're arrows to indicate the steps. That might be it. Oh shit!
Could have just.
I just found this map like 5 hours ago, so I don't want to hear it.
Yudi may have done a dumb, but it's okay.
Oh, Yudi didn't do a dumb. Failure.
No.
Failure did the dumb.
No, Yudi's choices do not reflect the player at all. We're not going there.
Lucky is completely failure.
Alright, so did you calculate how many feet that was from the wall to the other wall?
Here to here?
From here to where you are. From where you jump. Okay, that's 80.
Oh, it's like 80, yeah.
Alright, with the dash action you can do 60, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so you...
Let's say we're there.
Yeah, you can be by the corner. You see Eolram and Avernica, who are in the four-way intersection. You can see, you know what they look like. Even though there's other people around and stuff, you can pick them out easily. Or pick out Eolram at the very least. Eolram's looking north, and he's looking like he's about to head that way.
Okay. And then add 20 feet. It's 45, plus with the dash action. Is it my turn or Yolrin's?
It's about to be Eolram's. I should probably do initiative order at this point or something.
Okay, I've got my next movement figured out.
Okay, great. All right, so Eolram, you're gonna head north or west? Okay. Well, you're being tugged. That's right. It's fucking bullshit. 2, 3, 5, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Yeah, I gotta look for gas.
You. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you back down. Now I'm going to put them right there. No, I can't do that because of UD. Never mind. You're going to be back up there. Okay, just remember, there's no river.
That was a nice little fight though.
Okay.
Alright, so you see whatever Themis's hair color is going to be. I'll just assume it's flickering slightly.
As bright as you can make it.
No, because he's unconscious. He's stable, but he's unconscious, so there's not going to be a lot. But you see Themis's hair looks like it's being carried by someone who's got white hair, braided white hair down her back.
Do I recognize her?
No, because you did not see her in the sewers, and she was in disguise when she was in the bar, so you have no idea who this is.
I see her in sewers? Because I was looking through my familiar at some point.
No, because you're familiar was with Ralgam.
Ralgam, yeah.
And Ralgam just bugged out of there.
Yeah.
So neither of you have any idea who. Well, Yudi does.
This is going to be interesting.
But. Alright, so Yudi, it's now your turn. You're doing Yudi's turn.
Yep. I'm gonna do my movement up to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now it's Eolram's turn.
Okay, so I will see them and
Yes,
and I will mention to what's her name?
Veronica.
Veronica, that I can see them.
She's
and then I can see
totally
Themis.
right next to you. But okay, that's fine. Yes.
Does she say anything you can use?
I see his hair, and a very magical creature's carrying him. Looks like.
I am not familiar with magical creatures, and having UD might be a wise decision before we approach her, especially if Themis is unconscious.
He definitely looks it. Alright. So your plan
we'll
is
slowly walk.
Okay. Alright.
Slowly walk towards them, still keeping with the pace of traffic, but not fast.
Alright. Keeping with the pace of traffic. Alright, Yudi, you see you'll see Eolram and Veronica slow down to a power walk, brisk walk, something like that.
We're walking again, boys. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take dash action.
Mhm.
Still to try and kind of make my way.
Mhm.
Wait, I please remember how to do math. There we go. And I will end up there.
Click and drag. So it's only like half an hour until we end anyways. Do you all want to start, or do you want to call it now and get into this next time?
It may be important to have Themis's player on hand,
It just might be.
seeing how combat most likely will erupt.
Yeah, he can have fun watching.
Well, I mean, I'm
Unless you're gonna
gonna
shoot a
get him
spell at
up
him.
within the first couple of turns.
Alrighty. Okay. So we'll call it there then. Woo! It
It's a
just
good one.
keeps on. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. Okay.
Last 3 quests have been Themis fucks up. Which, I mean, very in character, very correct. I'm really enjoying it.